You're always manifesting, so you can't actually manifest wrong, but you can manifest from effort. And effort manifests more effort, more situations to fix, more things to manage, more evidence to collect, more problems to solve, and more timelines to chase. You script, you visualize, you try to feel it as if it is already accomplished. You meditate while checking if you're meditating right. You gather more techniques. You watch more videos. You study vibration like it's a stock market. You try to time your feelings. You affirm when you're sad, and you try to feel it accomplished when you doubt. And suddenly, manifestation becomes a full-time job. And what is a full-time job? Effort, hustle, grinding. It's burnout dressed up as spirituality. The harder you try, the more stuck it feels. The more stuck it feels, the more life mirrors back that exact stuckness. See how it works? Now, this isn't punishment. It's just how manifestation works as a reflection of the mind that projects. And all of it is happening in the mind. But here's the paradox. The mind that wants the result is the very thing that stands in the way of receiving it. Your mind only knows the past, memories, data. That's what it pulls from, and that's what it projects. So when you set a desire using the mind, thoughts and emotions, you're drawing from a storage unit of old stories, emotional residue, protective mechanisms, and outdated definitions of what's possible. It's like trying to write a new song using old lyrics. You can't receive what's new when your hands are full of the past. Have you ever noticed that you keep dating the same person? Same dynamics, just different faces and names. That's not fate. That's data, running loops. Data analyzes. The intellect calculates and fragments. Memory warns. Emotion braces. Perception is selective. You think you're preparing for the future, but you're actually reliving the past in advance. So every time you say, I desire this, more thought responds, do I believe it enough? Am I in the right frequency? Why isn't it here yet? And boom, you're right back in the loop, looping in logic, looping in fear, and looping in effort. And that's the matrix of time. That's the algorithm of effort. Set an intention and then second guess it into the ground. And what gets mirrored back? Confusion, doubt, confused identity. The purpose of any technique, visualization, scripting, affirmations, isn't to make it happen. The purpose of all techniques is only to return to one thing, a state of trust, a state of flow, an inner stillness, an awareness that sees the unreality of appearances. The Buddha isn't the one who knows more. The Buddha is the one who stopped needing to know. And even this truth, the ego wants to hijack. Be in the flow, the ego whispers. Do it right or you won't get what you want. So now you're lost in performing peace, faking surrender, and efforting stillness. And that's just the same loop again, wearing spiritual clothes. Effort is survival. Survival is belief, and belief is mental and emotional. And who you are is not belief. It's not vibration. It's not thought. It's not emotion. It's not an opinion. It's not good or bad. Who you are has no opposite. It doesn't begin and it doesn't end. The alpha and the omega. It simply is the I am. Manifestation is always happening, not because you're doing it right, but because the mind is always being something. And what the mind is being, it's what's being reflected. If it's being confused, the outer will look confusing and stressful, and it will be perceived that way. If the emotions are chaotic and the mind is being afraid of its own emotions, the outer will feel chaotic as well, and it will be interpreted that way. The mistake is thinking you need to manage what's being reflected. That's unawareness. That's what's unconscious. That's not who you are. Awareness doesn't need to manage the mirror. It doesn't perform for it. There is no need to fix the reflection. Just see what's being projected and come back to the source. It's not a problem if thoughts come. It's not a problem if emotions arise. There is no need to chase feelings. That's effort. Feeling is an experience, but being is not experience. It's prior to experience. You can be present with sadness totally and still be whole. You don't manifest from a perfect script. You manifest from your state of being, not thoughts, not emotions, being. And even the Bible said, take no thought for your life, not take no negative thought, just no thought, because thought is mental and being is prior to mental. Seek first the kingdom, not seek the outcome first, and all things are added, not earned, not attracted, but added. Faith as small as a mustard seed. But why small? Because faith doesn't require size. It doesn't posture. It doesn't shout. It's not measured by emotion or doing. Faith is an inner knowing, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is certainty that doesn't demand proof. It doesn't have a contingency plan. A mustard seed contains everything it needs to become a tree. It doesn't have to try. It doesn't have to hope. It just knows. Faith doesn't say, will it work? It says, it is done. Pray as ye have already received it. And that's gratitude. So I doubled my income, not with vision boards, not with affirmations, not with energy work. I just decided to show up in life aligned with the values I choose. To be truly helpful, to be inspired, to bring value, to bring love wherever I am. And part of that inspiration was to start this YouTube channel. I enjoy creating content to learn and to share. And what surprised me the most wasn't just the money. It was the support and the generosity. People showed up for me at work. They gave me food. They cooked for me. They offered help. They shared my work. And people like you recommended my channel. And not because I asked, but because I stopped controlling and trusted in the I am. I saw the manifestation of efforting, and it didn't make any more sense. And in that awareness, the efforting fell away. Life became generous, and it has always been. I just never saw it that way before, and perception changed. Gratitude, acceptance, peace. Life takes care of me. So here's the only one technique you need. Step number 1, establish I am. Return to the truth of your being. And from that alive and relaxed space, let a single clear, pure intention arise. It can be specific or general, or it could be something as simple as, life takes care of me. Whatever it is, let it come from the depths of your being. Your being knows even before you ask. Matthew 6:8. Now honor that. I'm supported. It is done. I allow peace. Let it be pure. Step number 2, recognize the 3 states. The first state is beingness. It's pure presence. It's effortless. It's timeless. It's formless, limitless. It's love. The second is mental activity, doubting, proving, planning, activating the past, and organizing the present. The third is emotional activity, pressure, anticipation, fear, doubt. So just notice, if you're trying to hold a vibration, you're in your mind, in data. If you're trying to feel good enough, you're in emotion, in memory. Drop both. Return to I am. Step number 3, drop both the mental and the emotional activity. If thoughts come, let them come and go. If feelings come, let them come and go. Whether they come, go, or stay, it's not a problem. It's not who I am. Just notice and let go. Let your thoughts and emotions dissolve in the silence of who you are. Sometimes, intuitively, spontaneously, I would just hand them over to the universe. Not planned, but just unconcerned whether they come, go, or stay. Trusting. Being already knows. Step number 4, return to the now. Not to now as some esoteric concept, but to this moment. As being, you're already in union with what you seek before you form the desire mentally. Now is when you can establish that. Now is when you establish your I am. Now is the only point of power. So the mind hears all of this and says, but how do I know it's working? Drop the but. Drop the how. Drop the idea that peace has to prove itself. Drop the need to seek evidence and confirmation. Drop the thought of doubt and the feeling of uncertainty. They're not problems anymore because they're not real. And just be. Because when you finally stop identifying with the mental and emotional state, you know you're the creator. And life reflects that recognition effortlessly. Truth is simple. So if you want me to create a course on manifesting, unmasking the ego, and returning to a state of trust and flow, drop a comment, share and like. And until then, I am, and it is done.